Hey everybody, it's Chef Paul for cooking 6 ways of Sundays, and today I'm making meatballs. Ain't that right, Stacy?
We are making meatballs.
Now look, there's a lot of different ways to make meatballs. I'm gonna do it my way, and I think it's a beautiful way to make meatballs. So look, I got 3 types of meats. I got a eye round, very lean meat. Then I got pork shoulder, fatty. Then I got lamb shoulder, also a little fatty. So hopefully the lean, the fat from the other 2 meats will make up for the leanness in the eye round. So I'm gonna grind it. We're gonna go from scratch. We're going straight from the beginning. So I'm gonna get the lamb in there first. Let's see. It looks good. Now look, I know like nothing like Chef Paul. Grind at me. When you hide, I'm not doing that shit. I'm like, look, you know what? It's the best meatball you're ever gonna have. I promise you. You know, if you got a KitchenAid, you buy that tapping for $100 or so. If you got the kashish, you should do it. It's a fun thing to do. It's gonna be the best meatball ever made. Look at this here. So the lamb went in first. Now I'm doing the pork, and you can see the whiteness in it coming out. Mm-hmm. That's all the fat. That's all that goodness, right? We're gonna add that in.
Can we use just one protein if we want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm buying just one and I want to buy something on the fattier side and leave the lean.
But you know, it all depends on what you want.
Okay.
Right? So if you want to cut the fat out, let's go with lean. You know, and here, you know, this meat's pretty lean, and then you see what I put into it to the meatballs to kind of for the flavor.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, go get a piece of meat. You know, but then when you season it, you know, you got to go to the town on it with the herbs and stuff
right?
like
Okay, because you're getting a lot of flavor from the fat.
Right. That's coming out.
And how much meat did we have?
2 pounds eye. Hear that noise?
Oh yeah, that's the chink.
That's the chink. 2 pounds of pork and a pound of lamb. So we got lots of meatballs in there.
So these are just regular, what we would call Italian meatballs?
These are the Italian meatballs.
Okay.
Italian meatballs, absolutely.
Are all meatballs Italian?
No, they're Swedish meatballs.
Oh, true. We're doing Italian today.
We are doing Italian with a bit of a twist. So there we go. We have meatball minced. So I got all the meat in here right now. Now over here, right, this is my mix. So I have yellow pepper, roasted garlic, red onion, and I added some Italian black kale.
Italian black kale.
Right.
From the garden?
From the garden.
Nice.
Right. Now,
we don't have Italian black kale?
What's that?
I said if we don't have Italian black kale?
Use any kale you want, or don't use it at all. Oregano, rosemary, thyme, basil, and sage.
And what was that you just put in? You just threw something in there.
That was all the herbs.
All the herbs. You had already chopped them. Got it.
Yep. A little salt and pepper. Now, what I don't have in here, which is a little sacrilegious, fennel.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yes.
And fennel is a big part of Italian sausages. So I didn't put any in because I thought I had it, and then I got here this morning, and then I don't have it.
But good to know you can leave it out if you...
Leave it out. Yeah, leave it out. Well, but if I had it, I would have to put it in. So breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese this morning.
Okay.
All right? 1 egg. Pause. And get it going, man. Just get it going.
Get messy.
Get messy with it.
Let me take a look at what you got going on there.
Come over here and see this stuff. You see it? Look at that. It's all in there, right? It's all in there. All right? And you wanna work it pretty good because you want to get it, you know, everything incorporated. There's always this fine line of working it too much, working the meat too much, and getting it just right. So.
And how do we know?
Well, you know, you can, when you pick up a piece of meat and you look at it, and you can see where like I got this, nothing, this, something. And I keep on going a little bit. And I'm not like
we don't
really
want to turn it to mush.
Right. I'm just kind of moving
Incorporating.
it through. Right.
The Italian grandmas put the kale and all that in, or is that a okay?
That's a Chef Paul thing.
I was gonna say, I had a lot of meatballs.
Tell you right now. One of my friend's grandmothers saw me do this.
Yeah.
She was like, I used to like Paul. I don't like him no more. I don't know what he's doing. You know, listen. So now we're gonna make some meatballs, right? I like mine a pretty good size, right? So my thought would be, the meatball size should be, if you cut it in half, it should be able to fit in your mouth.
Okay.
Right? And the key is to make these meatballs uniform. Right? All the same size, because you want to cook
evenly. Gotcha.
Alright? Alright. So what I'm gonna do, I got like 6 pounds of meatballs along right now. So I think what we're gonna do, Stacey, we're gonna
roll meatballs together.
Meatballs, and then we'll come on back and show you how to cook them.
Okay.
So see you guys in a second. Stacey, meatballs are ready to go. So look, this platter of meatballs I put in the freezer for a little bit.
Okay.
So what happens when we grind it through, it heats up, right? The fat kind of loosens up a little bit. I don't want it too loose with this pancake in the pan, right? So
tight fat is better than loose fat.
Tighten it up. Now, yes it is.
You just got that.
I did. They remain sometimes. This one, I'm gonna wrap it, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and that's exactly what you should do.
Okay, that's how we want it.
Right. You want to let it marinate as a meatball for about 24 hours.
Okay.
All right. This pan is super hot.
So before we went, you put in breadcrumbs and Parmesan. Yep. How much of that did you put in?
Well, about 6 pounds, 5.5, 6 pounds of meat. So that was about a cup each, cup and a half of each.
Okay.
So it's pretty firm and it's really infused. So we did mix pretty well. So I'm putting them into a hot pan and brown first before we add the sauce.
Adding the sauce.
Right.
So we're gonna brown them all around.
Brown them all around. Right. I try to really reduce the amount of oil I put in here because I want to go right into the pan with the sauce.
Gotcha. We don't want a lot of oil.
Well, yeah.
Well, we're gonna get some grease off of the meat, right?
We are. But you got lamb and you got pork.
Yeah.
So they're gonna reduce. They're gonna render their own fat. All right.
Okay. So another question, I was thinking about proteins. We were talking about healthy. You could add the kale.
Right.
We could do chicken. We could do turkey.
Turkey. Right. Absolutely. You know those things.
Would you add it with a beef or a?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Well, I guess you could. I guess it depends how you feel about it. I would rather, when I do the red meat, I'd rather infuse the veggies first. So, because I like the red meat texture.
Okay, yeah.
To it. You know what I mean? I think the turkey and the chicken will kind of change it up a little bit.
Try to get that shot.
Yeah. See that there? Right?
Yeah.
Now this one right here, right?
Oh, and
nice
it
and brown.
smells so good.
That's what I'm doing.
A reason for Parmesan? Like, could we use Romano? Could we use
Romano? Use mozzarella. I want to use a drier one though.
So Parmesan is drier, so
right,
it's gonna.
Right. You can get a dried mozzarella also, but if you use a drier one, it won't release moisture as you cook it.
Gotcha.
It help fall apart. So the cheese was a filler to help bind also, along with the kale and all the other vegetables in there.
We're not cooking this all the way. We're just browning it, and then it's going to cook all the way in the sauce.
The sauce, exactly. Oh, this is delicious.
Smells good.
All right.
Very excited.
Yes, this is working out well.
Lucky us. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
You have to do it on your own.
Do that all. Done. You're going to love it. Be careful. You want to crowd them while they're browning because you don't want it to steam. Like it'll produce steam. then it gets kind of mushy and it'll fall apart.
Oh, really? So if they're too close together, they're gonna...
Right. Browning is really about the dryness of it. You know, but so you want, like the meatballs, you know, you really don't have to wrap them. I would just leave them open overnight, put it in the refrigerator, right? It'll tighten up. Mm-hmm. The outside will be dry. So when you drop it down, you get a really nice crispy crust.
So covering it is...
Now the sauce I made is kind of my standard sauce. Not much to it. I take the tomatoes, I puree it. It's very simple. Just a few herbs, a little balsamic. That's it.
That's it. And that would be just like a basic, what do you call it, a marinara?
Sauce,
yeah,
right.
Okay.
Basic marinara, nothing to it. I want the meatballs already taken. But what I did, when I had the lamb came with bones. So I made the sauce with the bones.
Oh, nice.
I just threw them in the sauce a little bit, get some more flavor.
Some more flavor.
So that's really about it. Sauce is in there. That is done.
And let this just simmer.
Let this kind of do its thing.
For how long do we let it simmer? About?
So I will let it simmer for about an hour maybe.
Okay.
You know. And it's done. All you do is cooking the meatballs.
Right, right.
But obviously, the longer you let it simmer and set,
more flavor.
More flavor you get to it.
Awesome.
So if you leave it overnight, come back tomorrow, make your pasta, it'll be even better.
Killer.
Killer. So we'll let this do its thing, and we'll be back in about an hour and give us a meatball test.
Nice.
All right. See you in a second. Sister Stacy, I think our meatballs are ready to go. So they've been cooking for about an hour now. Now look, you could cook a little bit longer if you like. You know, put them on that simmer for 2-3 hours, really absorb some more of the flavor. But you know, we got things to do today, don't we?
We do.
So
we gotta eat these meatballs. Is what we gotta do.
Eat these meatballs. Gotta get it in my belly. And
we do need to let them cook that long, or are you just letting them cook that long so that they get the flavor?
Yeah, really, the hot sauce, the hot tomato sauce I put in was probably fully cooked within 10 minutes.
Okay.
But let it really absorb some of the flavor, let the meat become part of the sauce become part of the meat. You know, hour or so is really good. But the more you let it cook and let all the flavors come together is always better. Right? Like tomorrow, we'll probably have this for dinner.
Tomorrow's going to be heaven.
And it's going to be
more heavenly.
So, got a little bit of cheese. A little more breadcrumbs. Let's see if we did this right. Come over here.
Okay.
Let's see if we did this right. Now, cheers. Now, this is going to be some hot meatballs. So let's see.
Burn our mouth, meatballs.
Right. All right, so.
Oh, yeah. Delicious.
Good.
I like that kale.
All right.
Yeah. Really good.
We'll change it up. The cheese, the kale, all those herbs in there. Great thing about meatballs is that you really gotta do what you want with it. Find your own recipe. Find what your family likes, or find what you like and make your family eat it. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you gotta do. So meatballs. I'm probably gonna put this little polenta on my.
Can I come back for that?
You sure can.
Okay. Cool.
All right, everybody. So we're out. Stacy, thank you for the afternoon.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Okay.